Okay, this road is mad. Okay, let's kick it again. Yeah, because I drove the XLT, the latest one, and it was not doing this, so I don't know why it's doing that. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Ibua and I appreciate that you're here with me today. So we have the Wildtrak today, and yeah, I think some of you would have seen a Ranger in this paint on the channel and you'd be asking yourself what's different about it. Of course, that was the XLT, and at the time I did say that you can spec the XLT to look almost similar to the Wildtrak, but today we have the Wildtrak here, and this is not just any other Wildtrak but the top spec V6 3-liter. So our job is pretty simple today. How does the 3-liter V6 fare compared to the 2-liter bi-turbo? The bi-turbo, it has 154 kilowatts, 500 newton meters of torque, and the 3-liter has 184 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque. So we just want to see how the two are faring compared to each other, especially on the road. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Okay, we're about to hit the road now, and yeah, I think we're going to experience this together. One thing you're going to notice though is that as I'm starting this car, it's so smooth and it sounds so smooth. It's different to the lower displacement. If you notice, the 2 liters, the 1.9s, they're quite loud. They're quite loud, but listen to this. Listen to this. For a bakkie, this is quite impressive. It's not that loud, and for a diesel engine as well. It reminds me of the Discovery 4, especially the 3-liter. Funny enough, they almost have the similar specs because the Discovery 4 has like 183 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque, and this one as well, it has 184 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque. I think it's just too loud where I am right now because I'm next to the road, but this thing is not making noise, and that's something you're experiencing on the road as well. One thing I like again is this particular part. As much as we have various driving modes here, from normal all the way to sand to eco, haul and slippery, it's still very much okay to just be on normal, and you don't need to worry about anything else because you don't need to change much. And if you look at this, normally you'll find 2H, 4H and 4L in most bakkies, but in this one there's 4A, which means the vehicle is on a permanent 4-wheel drive when you're putting it here. So basically it doesn't matter whether you're on gravel or you're on tar road, you don't necessarily need to change anything. In most bakkies, it's not recommended to actually drive on 4H, which is 4x4 mode on tar road. But in this one, it has this 4A, which helps you to just have all-wheel drive every day. I love that, because in most bakkies you can feel that the power is coming from the back and you need to control the tail. When it's slippery a bit on the tar road as well, you can feel that you need to give it some bit of balance and control, as much as it's minimal. But in here you can feel the difference, because even if you're putting the power down, you don't necessarily find yourself panicking a bit that the tail is going to be, you know, playing around. But in this one, hey, just listen to that. Listen to how smooth this thing is. I don't know if the camera is picking it up the way I'm experiencing it right now, but this thing is so smooth, man. This thing is smooth, especially compared to the 2-liter by table, because you can go check out the 2-liter by table one. If you have to start and pull it immediately like this, see, woo, I'm already moving right now. And in the by table, once you put the foot down, you're going to experience some, it might be 1 or 2, probably 3 seconds. I never really counted it, but the table leg is more prevalent in there. It moves. That engine is not slow. That's something that I've always been saying, especially compared to the single table ones. When the single table ranges, yeah, you know, you can feel that you really need to pull it. You need to pull it hard, and probably for me, because they have that sport mode, I feel like when you put it on sport mode is much better, because that 125 kilowatt engine is, yeah, you need to force it to work. Then the 2-liter by table, you don't necessarily need to force it to work that much, but at the same time, the table leg, you can feel it when you are actually putting your foot down and you want to move immediately. In here, oh, this thing is smooth, man. This thing is smooth. If there's one thing that would convince me to buy this thing over any other, it is definitely how smooth this engine is. And when I'm thinking, you know, right, the Wildtrak, because there's a 2-liter by table now, and this one. And the 2-liter by table, especially if you want the 4x4, it's like around 925,000 rands. And this is coming at just over 100,000 rands more. And when I'm thinking about what I'm getting, especially from like just driving and how it feels, I'm a little convinced that this might just be the best. As much as I always thought, you know what, the 2-liter by table is the best when it comes to the offering, but I'm looking at the price point here. But if you want to get the Wildtrak at 4x2, it might be a different decision altogether, because that means you don't necessarily need a Wildtrak that you're going to be doing a lot of gravel on, that you're going to be like coming here a lot. Yes, 4x2 can do it, but it's not going to be as comfortable and as should I say, as composed on gravel. And look at this right now. I'm just getting on this gravel for the first time. I came here in the P series, and a lot of you were saying, oh, I was unfair to the P series because this gravel is quite crazy. But look, I just want to check the differences between how this performs and see if it was the road or it was the bakkie. But I know how the Ranger is. I've driven a Ranger on a lot of roads that are just, yeah, gruesome, and it handled them well. In terms of suspension and everything, I don't doubt that it can do it. But let's do it while we talk about everything else. This bakkie, let's hit it. Woo-wee. I just love how this thing goes. It doesn't find anything to be like a problem. It doesn't struggle. This thing doesn't struggle. This 3-liter for me, it's quite impressive. It's getting close to my heart. Every day that I'm driving this bakkie, it's just getting close to my heart. And I like that this permanent 4-wheel drive that it has as an option here. Woo. I love it. I think they've done a great job for people who don't want to struggle for traction on roads like this one. This is a mini tar road. Even if I'm pulling it here, oh, let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, there's like rattles coming from these seatbelt holders and stuff. I'm not sure if it's this Wildtrak thing, because this is my first time in the Wildtrak. But at the same time, I don't think it's a Ranger thing, because I drove the XLT, the latest one, and it was not doing this. So I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, let's see. Okay, this road is mad. Okay, let's kick it again. You love this engine, man. You love this engine. Sorry, my brother. Sorry. Okay, let's see. The composure and the response from the engine. Oh my God. Yes, Saz. Okay. Yeah, no, it's holding on to the ground. Even on 4A, I don't need to change this thing. I can feel that it's gripping, it's confident. Okay, let's see. Let's be careful here. Let's be careful here. Oh man, I think you can hear right now. I think these phones are just creating some rattling a bit here. Let me put them here. Okay. You can go check out that P-Series video to see the experience that I had on this gravel road and the one that I'm having today. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. Sorry. Some of you said it's the road. I thought it's not the road completely, but at the same time, I couldn't just discredit that, right? Now, I'm here, and honestly, I feel like there's too much composure right now. The comfort levels as well are completely different. I think compared to the by table, besides the table leg, I think this is a similar experience. The difference is just how it's just, this is responsive, man. When you're putting your foot down, it's just properly responsive. But what I want to do is to see the difference between the 4A and 4H. I can shift on the fly, but I'm thinking I want to experience it from the bottom. 4x4 shift in progress. We are on 4H. Let's kick it. No wheel spin, and that's it. The grip. I'm so impressed. You guys said it's the road. Some people said it's the road, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm not sure, but let's see. There's no way. There's no way. That's it. I don't think this bakkie is the best by mistake. That's my view on it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it's the best by mistake. I need to be careful, of course. Yeah. Okay, there you go. But you guys can tell me this experience and how it feels right now. I mean, I can feel that the road is imperfect in so many ways, but the suspension is trying to delete that. The wheels as well. This is 20-inch, but it's like this size. It's 55. So I'm not too worried because they can still handle this off-road. It's not even like hard off-roading or whatever that is, but it's just a gravel drive. Some people said it's the road, and I didn't think it's the road. This is the road that I was on last time, and I just listened to the interior sounds. Man, the composure, the brakes, I'm quite impressed. Even when you can see that that's a rocky place, but it's not necessarily giving me that, don't come back here ever again. Nah, it's not giving me that. We are off. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think another thing, of course, is the fuel consumption in here. I think when it comes to the 2-liter by table, you're probably going to be averaging around 10 liters right now, and I'm averaging like what, 12.1 over the last 293 kilometers. So that's just one thing that probably you have to consider. But the way it's responsive, it might just convince you to not care at all. Yep, that's it. I've crossed over on that gravel road, and I did not feel like this thing is struggling the response. Whew, yeah, okay, all right. I think I am in love